Hey everybody, it's Captain Kyle, and I know we just had a lift ticket from Generation Select, but once I found out there was another one, I had to get him, so I'm going to review him for you. We have the Botcon 2015 lift ticket and his pal, Burnout. And we're going to check these guys out, see how cool they are, and go from there. Be right back. Alright, so these were released at Botcon 2015. They're part of the Diaclone Explosion. And I did not go to Botcon 2015. I stopped going, I think, in 2011. So I had to go to eBay for these. They weren't too expensive, and I had thought they were 100% complete, but apparently Burnout's missing a gun. I can deal. Maybe I'll find it one day. You never know. Maybe I'll find an extra thrilling 30 skids that he's based on and get an extra gun from there. But still, we'll go through them regardless, and we're going to start out with lift ticket. Now, the Generations lift ticket was obviously based on the Kingdom, Earthrise, Hoist, the new Hoist. So many friggin' lines. But this is based on the Classics Hoist, or the Thrilling 30 Hoist, one of the two, but in Diaclone colors. Very cool. I like the red. And as a robot, he doesn't have a lot of kibble. And he's got some posability. We'll start at the bottom, where he can nearly do a full Jean-Claude Van Damme. In fact, if you manipulate him enough, there you go, full toes up Jean-Claude Van Damme. Which means his legs have an awful lot of posability. He can do side kicks, front kicks, all the kicks. So the Classics were definitely a line that had a good amount of posability. He also twists at the waist, so that's a nice thing. Can do the twist like we did. No, we didn't do that last summer, did we? Never mind. His arms have a good amount of mobility. Now, I did compare a Classics Hoist to the newer Hoist in another video, so you can check that out. So none of this is really new on this channel, but if you haven't seen those, you might want to see how he can spread his arms wide, and he believes he can fly. No, he doesn't. But he's got a great deal of maneuverability in his arms. Now, his arm shoulder pieces are supposed to hook in here, and I just dropped his gun. Shoulder pieces are supposed to hook into these little pegs, so he's got his arms up there, but if you move him around a lot, it might move out of there. Not a big deal. And he uses his hook as a gun. It folds. The head can turn in various directions. The shoulders are great. So a very posable figure. I like it. Definitely a good version of lift ticket. And his little force field projector, whatever the heck this is supposed to be on him, can bend forward and back. So, if you want to pretend they're missile launchers, he can launch to the sky and blast some seekers out of the air, because, that's what you want to do. Now, though I am missing a weapon, I did get the tech specs, and it says, he's part of the salvage and mechanical repairs, strategic defense. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but he is the mech assigned to Klein, as well equipped for repair and recovery operations. And he can pull several dozen tons and all that kind of stuff. So he's like, I don't know if they were trying to say Diaclone was Earth's version of Transformers, but I'm just going to have him be another Transformer. And he stands well enough. It's a cool figure. Looks good from various angles. Woohoo! So I like him. Let's check out the vehicle mode. We'll put this aside for now. And we will fold and move and push and pull. Do all the stuff we need to do to put him into his vehicle mode. His transformation, again, very similar to Hoist, the classic version, and not very difficult. And once he's transformed, you take this wonderful hook of his and you attach it in the back so he can hook things. No parking means no parking. No, that's somebody else. There he is in his vehicle mode. Oop, the hook doesn't stay very well, and it can pop apart, as you can see, but it's really easy to put back together. So he rolls well enough. Just pushing him, he doesn't go that far, but room, you can have him go all over the place. I think I'm gonna fold this now, and yeah, one thing I don't even like this about Hoist is the hook doesn't like to stay in the peg that it's supposed to be in. So that's a minus with this version of the character. But overall, as long as you don't mess with the hook too much, decent vehicle mode. So there we go, another version of lift ticket, and I kind of like the fact that it says Wrecker on the side, because that can have more than one meaning. put together your own team of wreckers. All right, now for the guy who's missing a gun, because I don't see it anywhere else in here. He's got his big gun. There's a little gun apparently that's supposed to go in his other hand, and it's not here. So I don't know why I took that out. We'll just put it back in. There he is in his robot mode, all his glory. He stands well enough, posability wise, full Jean-Claude Van Damme. His legs are a little weird because of the transformation. He does have knees that are a little stiff, but you can put him in great poses. He can do side kicks, he can do front kicks, all the kicks. Because everybody was kung fu fighting. His arms are not as maneuverable. He's got elbow joints, and you can kind of turn his arms out to the side like that. Ooh. And he's got shoulder bits, but yeah, it doesn't, can't really move it out that much. And because of his transformation and the kibble and bits, kind of taps into things, so not the best there. Got these two honkin' guns on his shoulders though, so that's kind of nice. Big honkin' gun here. He's got these guns that come out from under his arm. He is well armed. Two more guns there, and he's missing the other gun he's supposed to have. He can twist at the waist, so again, lots of posability, cool looking figure based on Skids of the Thrilling 30 series, which I have, I think, somewhere around here. I don't know. And his tech spec says he's known nothing but the Diaclone Project. Was born in 1982. I'm older than this. The reason his parents named her, this is a female. Well, they're actually talking about Dia, who is a female, who's partnered with Burnout. This is the Burnout mech. It doesn't really refer to the AI from Burnout as a copy of Dia's own personality and every bit as determined and stoic as its pilot. So these are supposed to not be necessarily, true Transformers, but when I heard the name Burnout, I was thinking, dude, that Megatron, he just needs to chill. Like, who wants to conquer the universe? Because who needs that kind of pressure, man? So anyways, that's what I was thinking with Burnout. So I don't know where they came up with that name, but in my day, Burnout meant you're touching some of the stuff. You know what I mean? Cool robot mode, kind of intimidating with all the weapons. Let's check out the vehicle mode, and we'll put that aside. Now the transformation is not too difficult, and it does kind of remind me of the original Skids in the way that this version transforms. So definitely a bit of a plate former style transformer. Got to put all the plates in place, and you need to be exact. Cool looking little vehicle, rolls, pretty much not a lot of freewheeling, but rolls pretty well. The gun you can actually stick on the side, which, I've said it before and I'll say it again. When you're trying to be a robot in disguise, having a big fucking weapon on the side, not the most subtle. Might look better on the other side. So apparently the gun that I'm missing, and if anyone has a line on one of those, please let me know in the comments. The other gun should probably go on the other side, but again, a cool looking vehicle, kind of a compact car. Now, if you put them side by side, obviously Hasbro and scale have never been quite right, because this should be much smaller than, a wrecker truck. But they're still very cool vehicles. I definitely recommend them. I paid almost $100 for the set because they're Botcon exclusives, for God's sakes. Not always the easiest things to get, but I'm glad they're part of my collection. Again, I want to find that other gun, but I do like complete bots, which I thought I was getting. I'm going to be sending a stern letter or email. But cool versions of the character, if you're not familiar with him, if you've just gotten the new lift ticket, you didn't know there was even another one, well, there he is in all his glory. And I don't know if we will see a Burnout version of, Legacies coming up, and they might do a recolored Burnout. You never know. Hasbro likes to make repaints, which I don't mind. Said it before. Millions of Transformers in Cybertron, there's bound to be some that are the same. And if you find a design that works, like the Combaticons, why wouldn't you make hundreds of Combaticon sets so you can send them out, or hundreds of Constructicon sets so you can send them out and they can build you fortresses? It only makes sense. So I hope you enjoyed this, and while you're deciding if you want to track these down, I will put a link in the description to eBay, because that's pretty much where you're gonna have to get these, and hopefully you'll be able to find some. if you want them. But while you're deciding, while you're playing with your other lift ticket, and maybe, you know, getting burnt out, we got some other videos over here. Your subscribe button down there. There's, you can comment. Definitely like this video. And of course, we will see you next time. And as always, have fun and good hunting.